So anyway, are we ready?
Yeah, everybody looking pretty expectant out here.
Okay,
Not
if we
expectant.
okay, if we'd like to stand up and really get with it, Mike is going to lead us in Here We Are. The words are in your bulletin.
Here
We are all together as we sing our song.
joyfully, here
We are all together as we pray we'll always be.
join me now as friends and celebrate the unity we share. All that fun, keep the light a burning candle and care. Then we'll all join in
And sing.
Here we are, all together as we sing our song. Joyfully, here we are, all together as we pray we'll always be. Freedom we do shout for everybody, and until there is, we do pray soon there will be one true family. Then we'll all join in and sing. Here we are, all together as we sing our song. Joyfully, here we are, all together as we pray we'll always be. I glorify the one with all our voices, show that we're sincere. By all our deeds, shout the joys of freedom everywhere. Then we'll all join in and sing. Here we are, all together as we sing our song. Joyfully, here we are, all together as we pray we'll always be. Let us make the world an hallelujah. Let us make the world a better place. Keep a smile handy, lend a helping hand, and we'll all join in and sing. Here we are, all together as we sing our song. Joyfully, here we are, all together as we pray we'll always be.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. Well, perhaps you've noticed things are a little different today than they usually are. Georgie is not going to be with us today due to the weather and so forth in the valley. Everything over there is no. It was not safe for her to drive over. And so today we're going to have a very different service. Yes.
Why not?
Yes, why not? But Mike's with us. So that's really, really very good. And
It's okay.
really, it's coffee.
Vodka.
No, that's in this one. See? Worked already. Anyway, at this point in time, I'm going to light the Christ candle. And as I remind us each week, this is strictly meant to be a visual of the Christ light that is within all of us at all points in time. It is always there. It is always available to call on if you need it for some reason. Maybe you just want to feel that you aren't by yourself. You know, hey, oh, I'm not alone. I am protected. So it's there for gratitude as well as anything else. And so that's the reason for the visualization of the Unity Christ candle. And now, Charles, would you lead us in an opening prayer, please? For those of you that don't know, this is Reverend Charles Bush.
So far.
Whoops.
There are no scandals in the making. No, no. Yeah, let us pray. Generous God, we thank you that You lead us here. We are in need. Open our hearts that we may hear the one word we most need for rest, for healing, to embolden us to serve. Help us to hear. Help us to have hope and determination and playfulness. Thank you for all who are gathered. Send your Spirit. Touch us with your light. Amen.
Thank you, Charles. And now I believe Phyllis is going to do our special song.
Question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will be peaceful and calm till I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one girl covered with scars still strove with her last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star.
Thank you, Phyllis. That was lovely. And this is a point in time when I talk to you about our prayer box and remind you that prayer requests are on the back of the pews. And anytime you have a request, by all means, fill this out. Put it in the prayer circle back there in the corner. Put it directly in the prayer box. Or whatever. Because once a month we send those back to Silent Unity, where they're prayed over for an additional 30 days in the Silent Unity Prayer Chapel. And now, if you will please join me for our monthly affirmation. You'll find the little pink cards in your bulletin. And we'll do the one for Unity by the Sea first, please. Unity by the sea is a perfect expression of God's love. And then for ourselves, I am a perfect expression of God's love. And so it is.
Amen.
Yes, absolutely. And let's see, the daily word today, I have asked Michael if he would read it for us.
And I said yes.
And he said he would. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Michael.
The daily word is insight. I trust in my spiritual insight, and I am at peace. Experience can guide me as I deal with any challenges in my life. I appreciate acquired skills and the many ways in which they serve me. Still, at times, a new perspective is needed to take a fresh look for any missed opportunities or solutions. So I learned to rely on my indwelling spiritual insight, my Christ expression, to guide me to the most effective choices I can make. In experiencing oneness with God as source, any fears and challenges of the world are dissolved and alleviated. I am able to find both courage and peace. No proof is needed or even possible for my spiritual insight. I simply trust, and I am at peace. When the Spirit of truth comes, he will guide you into all the truth. For he will not speak on his own, but will speak whatever he hears, and he will declare to you the things that are to come. John 16:13.
Thank you, Michael. The daily words for March and April are out there now, so if anybody wants to pick one up, they're only $3. And also, there are some left from January and February out there. So anybody that would like to just take one of these, you're more than welcome to. And now Mike's going to do us some music. Right?
You got it. Imagine there's no heaven
Thank you, Mike.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi, everybody. How do you like this nice spring day? Gorgeous, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
My turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Okay.
And since Georgie isn't able to be with us today, John had some ideas and some things that he was wanting to share,
Yeah.
right?
Right,
Now I go away?
go away.
Guess I'm done.
Well, yeah, we missed Georgie. When I talked to her last night about, I don't know, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whenever it was, I told her to put her talk in her sack and bring it with her next month. And she wouldn't even have to think up a new title. Her title was going to be The Quest, and that was why we had Mike with Imagine and Phyllis with the song from La Mancha. So you guys put your songs in your pocket because we're probably just going to do a rerun next month. Georgie had asked not to come during the winter months of December and January, but she wanted to come again beginning in February. So December and January were fine. February, not so much. But she'll be back. We miss her. She's wonderful. But we do not want her on the roads if she's concerned about them at all. All right. I thought I would talk for a few minutes about a story I wrote, some years ago now, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago now, at a time when I was involved with a very large online organization. We had about 5,000 or 6,000 members. And I wrote this in reflection of that time because of an incident that occurred. It's called I Found My Ring. Oh, it's a no big thing ring, but it is my ring, and I've missed it. I'm sorry, I'm learning to focus. Now we can focus. I have 3 pairs of glasses, none of them work.
And you probably brought the wrong pair anyway.
Well, yeah. It vanished one day about 5 years ago, but now it's back. It's just a little stainless steel ring with a yin-yang symbol on its face. You know the yin-yang symbol, don't you? It's got a white thing curving one direction and a black thing curving the other. They're rather huddled up together as if to remind each other that there wouldn't really be any completeness to the one if the other was not there. I got your back sort of symbiotic relationship. The Wikipedia dictionary describes the yin-yang as a unity of opposites. I like that. Further explains that the Chinese word yin-yang has no and between yin and yang. The term always expresses the two, making up the one. It's the male with the female, summer with winter, day with night, mother with child, lover and beloved. There is no this or that. There is only unity of purpose, mind, and being. That's the definition of yin-yang, and that's what yin-yang means to me. It reminds me that in any undertaking in our life, we are charged with honoring those differences that make us whole, those differences that allow us to be a part of something greater than we could ever be in separation. I like my ring. I missed my ring when it was gone. I no longer had that constant reminder of completeness. It seems to me that for whatever the cause, we find ourselves outside the harmonic yin-yang balance in any given situation or relationship, We grieve. We have lost our completeness. We have lost our unity. We're summer without winter. We're day without night. We're a brotherhood with no brothers. It's kind of interesting where my ring has been all this time. I decided to clean up my computer a little, as in dust it out and all of that. Since I had decided to retire and close my office, the computer was getting ready to move home now, and I want it to be in good condition, in good shape for its new life. There inside, in the bottom of my computer, not 3 feet away from me all these years, was my ring. All this time I was in easy reach of my yin-yang. It was there all along, waiting for me to reclaim it. How many times in our life have we felt the sorrow of lost harmony, when perhaps all that was ever needed to restore peace in our heart and mind was so close, so within our every reach? But sometimes it's not enough to just put the ring on our finger. Sometimes the yin in our life may have decided to ignore the gentle caress of its own yang. Perhaps it has chosen a path that cannot be accepted as a part of a purposeful unity. The "I've got your back" concept has become "I'll stab you in the back" reality. What then? On our finger or not, our ring is lost. In the grief that accompanies such an event, I suspect we could also find the answer. The duality that yin-yang would teach us is there can be no chosen path without an alternative path not chosen. 2 paths, meeting at the fork as the yin-yang itself meets in its circle of completion. As one aspect has decided to follow a path leading one direction, perhaps the completion we need is to experience another path, another direction, another event. Not grieving any longer over that which is lost, but celebrating new discoveries and adventures in the days to come. A week ago, something was lost here in our organization. Things weren't right. A discordance had taken over. Some of us were on differing paths. Not necessarily wrong paths, just different paths. We had lost our ring. That was when I wrote this little article for you, to say goodbye as I began a new path, as I embraced a new journey. Then suddenly, without warning, we were told we had lost one of our own. A precious member was taken from us in one horrific moment. We were so suddenly plunged into that grieving process that, painful as it can be, nonetheless has a way of changing our focus. Those things that seemed so important before no longer were. We came together once again as a family should and must in those times. We grieved together, we prayed together, we held each other's hearts together. Whether you believe in miracles or not, or whether you simply feel the news report was a mistake to begin with, our friend was restored to us, whole and well, and we celebrated together. What happened through all of this is the divergent paths that were being taken seemed to come back together again. Our harmony was restored. We were reunited in our path. Our ring was lost, but now it's back. As the path I might choose leads in one direction, and the path you might choose another, yin-yang also teaches us that on another day, in another place, we will become one again. That's the promise of yin-yang. As I put on my ring, which was lost, but is now found, I celebrate that goodness of family we have here. I know there will be disputes or disagreements along the way, but if we can remember to explore those differences together in the openness of pure, sweet daylight, our yin will lie beside our yang, as the Chinese intended, in harmony, with no separation. The sun is shining here. It's a beautiful spring morning, and I found my ring. This week, we lost 17 precious lives at Marjorie Stoneman High School in Florida. These three dedicated and heroic teachers and 14 beautiful children. So once again, we're called to contemplate, why in our country must we continue to endure these horrific events? Currently, our political leaders are saying it's a mental health issue, and someone should really do something about it. Many others are asking why it is necessary to allow a 19-year-old child the right to bear arms in the form of an AK-15 assault rifle. For some reason, his Second Amendment rights to own and use a weapon of war on innocent children trumps the right of those children to live, to grow up, to experience love with a husband or a wife, to have a family, to grow old and watch their grandchildren learn and experience all those same wonderful God-given rights. These 14 children, as so many before them, will not get to do that. But it seems 19-year-old children must have the right to own a weapon of war. We are the only civilized country on the planet where these dynamics are true. The only one that for the sake of someone's Second Amendment rights, countless others must forfeit not only their rights, but their lives. Many people feel the answer is not less weapons of war, but more. Arm the teachers. Carry handguns with you when you go to a concert or a movie. Yet again, ours is the only civilized country in the world that somehow thinks these are good ideas. Oh, and those other civilized countries, in case you are wondering, they do not experience the carnage we have come to so quickly dismiss as a new normal in our country. I read this morning that the FBI failed to take action on a tip it had received. They received thousands and thousands of tips each day in our country. They did not act on this one. Already, 3 different committees in Congress have called for an investigation into how this happened. There have been calls to fire the FBI director, but not one suggestion of a committee has been made to address the central issue, that our children in this country are being killed in order to satisfy someone's right to own a weapon of war. Not one. Maybe the approaches and decisions that would need to be made in order to stop this madness will be difficult to achieve. But can we not at least begin the dialogue? I'm only one old guy, but I know what I believe. It is this: I will not be part of the killing of any child, no matter how lofty the reason. Not my neighbor's child, not my child, not my enemy's child, not by bomb, not by bullet, not by looking the other way. I will be the power that is peace. Thank you.
I got something to say on that too. The law is, or the update on everything, well, we can't do anything unless something happens. And that's a bad idea.
You think?
But that's the way it is, you know, when you turn something that might happen, and they're not going to do anything because it hasn't happened. And that's their model. And that's a bad one.
Okay. Thank you, John. Yeah,
Both the things, same things,
yeah.
chew gum and rub your head?
Well, yeah, that's kind of it. Okay, at this point in time, we're going to ask for our blessings of our offerings. So if you will take yours and hold it in your hands, or I like to hold it over my heart, and repeat with me our offering blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is, thank you, God. And while I'm collecting, Mike is going to lead us in I Am Free and I Am Unlimited. And you're more than welcome to sing along if you like. It's on page 322 in the hymnal, if you don't know the words. And then you are going to do another one too.
Yeah, I'll do a little song and after the third verse. I'll do a song and then we'll come back and do the third verse again. How's that?
Okay.
I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited. Right now, right now. You are free, you are unlimited. There are no chains that bind you. You are free, you are unlimited. Right now, right now. You are free, you are unlimited. There are no chains that bind you. You are free, you are unlimited. Right now, right now. We are free, we are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited. Right now, right now. We are free, we are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited. Right now, right now. Be still, be still, in quiet and in peace. We know the joy and wonder of releasing each of us. All troubles disappear in this quiet place. There is no doubt, no fear. Be still, be still. Our love has made us whole. Renewed are we in spirit and in soul. The light of truth within shines forth that we may see. Perfect peace is ours eternal. We are free, we are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited. Right now, right now. We are free, we are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited. Right now, right now.
Thank you, Mike. And thank you, beloved daughter. the blessings, the challenges which are opportunities for us at all points in time. I say thank you, thank you, thank you. And now, Charles, will you be using that peace statement, please?
As we approach the peace statement, I give thanks for John's message of peace, Mike's song of peace, Bill's the song of peace. Thank you for leading us in. Let's say it together. Unity
Stands for peace in the presence of conflict,
For love in the presence of hatred, for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God, and the many paths to God, the many ways to worship God. For there is only one power and presence of God, and that God loves each one of us equally. It is therefore the position of unity to urge all nations, their leaders and their people, to turn to God by whatever they may provide guidance during these challenging times, and to pursue peace, not war. For this is what honors God of all of our faith traditions. Unity stands for peace in our lifetime.
The wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the lion and the fatling together. And the little child shall lead them, and they shall not hurt or destroy in all my holy mountain. For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord.
I will not be part in the killing of any child, no matter how lofty the reason. Not my neighbor's child, not my child, not my enemy's child, not by bomb, not by bullet, not by looking the other way. I will be the power that is peace.
And you'll see in your bulletins that there is a little card that has that statement on it, and everyone is invited to take that home with them. I think we circle up now. Okay. I think so. You'll notice we're being done a little early today.
Judge God moves fast. I got myself out here.
Got it?
I got it.
You got it.
Wait a minute.
Our circle of love, please do. You do not need to speak it unless you want to. Otherwise, you can think it and just know that it is taken care of. Current weather. Karina. Kathy.
Peace, rejoice.
All of the little children. And we'll close with the prayer.
The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. And the presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Woo! Right on.
Benny, 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 can you come see me now?
Very
Mama
nice.
say it's
Thank you so
okay?
much. So nice.
I see.
Oh, I love it, man. I love it.